Okay, so I'm standing in the doorway going into my craft room, and my room is only 9 by 10. But I'm going to show you how I end up, hold on one second, I'm trying to get the, I don't have a chat, but anyway, how I ended up utilizing my vertical space because I'm in such a small room, and also how you can make it fun so that it's not just all stuff. But this room, I've kind of gone with the 60s theme, the avocado green, the orange, the yellow. Yeah, it just kind of took on a life of its own. So that's kind of how I just kind of rocked with it, and I added in a couple of hot pinks just to, brighten stuff up. So anyway, yeah, so I'm standing in my door. So when you come into the door, I'll start off with the right side first. And I'll tell you what I ended up doing, what I allot myself, because I've been doing scrapbooking since 1990s, like officially scrapbooking, like teaching classes. And I started in with like creative memories and then branched out, was teaching at a local scrapbook store and that kind of thing. So there were certain items. I know Paula has been talking about some things, like that she likes to have, like, she likes to walk down memory lane, scrapbook memory lane, I call it. And I do too. So I kind of have an archive of that stuff that I'll paw through and things like that. So fortunately for me, I have a tall 8-foot ceiling, okay, on one wall. And then it comes down kind of at a slant. I don't know if you can see it. And then down, or no, I think that might be 10 and then down to an 8. So I think that's 8 because I'm like 5.5. Yeah, that's got to be 8. So fortunately, I can kind of go up on that one side, even though I just went up over there. So that's like that's a closet that's in here. And then I put a shelf over top of the closet and I just held it down really low. And the point I was trying to make, Paula, is if you can see, what I ended up doing was my tall things, the pictures that are on the back and the owls, that's actually hung on the wall, just hung low. Well, that frees up some space so where you can stack stuff in front of it. And that's what I was trying to say. And I don't have to worry about the stuff falling off and things like that. So that is like an inspiration with some of our projects that because I'm like, what do I do with these projects? And so I do eventually, the more we do these 3D projects, I may have to take down my Daisy wall clock, which I don't have plugged in anyway, because I'm kind of afraid to plug it in because it still has its original cord and I need to get it recorded, but it makes me smile. So I'll probably end up, taking that down and probably put up another inspirational shelf over top of that. And then, I've got some fun stuff hung up high because I notice what I'll do is I will lean back in my chair and I'll look up. And so if I can lean back in my chair, like if I'm relaxing kind of for a minute, taking a breather or whatever I'm doing, then I can look up and just, get some fun stuff to look at. So that's that. Then when the scrapbook store closed, I ended up getting these paper racks. So I've got 2 of them. They hold, I believe it's 22 shelves or something. And I have limited myself to those shelves. And a lot of that stuff's half used. I kind of need to go through it again. That's going to be one of my projects, when I get back. And I'm going to go through those again because what I've done is I've kind of assigned them, like they're ones that I liked, kits that I've liked. I belong like, oh my goodness, Zany Zinnia, you name it, I was in it. Scrap Good, Scrap Jammies, I was in all those. So some of that stuff's Webster's Pages. Some of that is all like kit clubs that I was in, or they're also pads that I've picked up. And then, okay, these 2 bins are the things that I have to sort. When those 2 get full, I'm done. I've got to sort through them and find a place to store them. So that's what I allow myself to, when I clear off my desk or when I have new stuff coming in, that's the only thing I allot myself to, okay? And then this is all solid cardstock. That's solid cardstock. That's solid cardstock on that side. Those are all my stamps that I have in those refrigerator, or the refrigerator freezer bins. And I have like some books that I have stored underneath them because that was kind of wasted space. So books that I want to use as alterables, then like, or not alterables, but like things I want to tear out of, I put down underneath. So I've got a couple stacks back there that I can rifle through. And in order to get to that, I don't have any Craft-A-Lanches because all I have to do is take it off and then there's my books. And it kind of just tucks them out of the way because this was a pretty deep space. All my colored bits and bobs. Now this, I've had my scrap rack since it first came out. And I used to have, I grew out of it. I used to have like all my scrapbooking stuff in it. So like this was like a kit from something, but I left it in there. It's Christmas. I left it in there, and yeah, that's the only thing I have in there that's left. That's a kit was Christmas, but everything else is stored by color, and I have not gone through these. I just keep them pulling, and I'm using all this stuff in here right now. And I have it done in rainbow color. I'm using for my pocket letters. So this pretty much like, you know, I've got like, I mean, this stuff is like, yeah, perfect for decorating little pocket letters. So that's kind of why I've got my glitter in pouches, and and I have it all done by color. So that has worked. This used to be twice as big. I had a double one, and I just gave my sister a set because I wasn't using it, and I needed this table space. So there's my Planet of the Ape doll, and our bingo thing cage from our class. So I just reach up and grab that up there, and then I have a DVD player, and yeah, you saw my big screen TV because I love watching movies when I craft. Then I have everything labeled. So this is just a piece of wood that I had left over from remodeling, and I just painted it down white, and I stuck it on some cubes so that I could utilize the space in between. And then these are roller carts, which I don't really use as roller carts, but I got them really cheap, and I can pull them out if I need to, but I don't really need them. I really just liked them because I liked having, like those are all my, because this is metal, they stick. So I have my movers and shapers there, which, yeah, the movers and shapers are the only thing that I don't really have on my die cutting system because I don't really have anything over there yet done. But I have all my drawers, so things that I don't use all the time. This is sewing. This is melting tools. So in my melting tools, I got like my melting pots, which I have 3 of. My I've got several hot glue guns, but this is for, I think, colored. So right now I've got white in there. My beeswax. So that's all my, whatever this is. I don't know what this is. Melt art beeswax, and that's all in that drawer. Then I have, this was the Donna, I forgot her name, class I was taking that I haven't finished. So that's in there. I need to finish this class online. I've got a couple of classes online that I need to finish up. What's her name? Donna Downey. This was Donna Downey's class. So I have all that in there that I need. That needs to be done. And then once that project's done, I can clean out that drawer and I'll have it for something else. So that's on my to-do list. And then these are things that I don't use all the time, but these are on my Alpha. It was funny because I love my foam stamps, especially now that I have the jelly plate. I've been really using this. This I need to hang up on my mannequin. It's a vintage necklace. I haven't done that yet. And so this is all foam stamps. Foam stamps are all in these 3 drawers, and I have them kind of categorized in these little things. So I have those farthest away from my desk because those are something that I want to keep, but I don't use all the time. So that's kind of how I have this done. These are papers that I want to keep. I have them farthest away from my desk, but I don't use all the time. That is my travel art bag that goes with me in my camper. I can't leave it in the camper because it gets hot in there when I'm storing it. So that is my to-go art bag. So I've got all like extras in there, or if I'm going to take a class. So that's always packed, and I just have extra things like extra scissors, extra craft mat, extra. The only thing I need to put in there that I took out was my trimmer because I needed to switch out the blade. So it's the only thing that's not in there. But that is my to-go art bag that goes with me in my camper. And I have everything in there to do cards, stamping. I've got all my hand carved stamps in there because a lot of times I like to work with those. And okay, so down here is I've got my chipboard. I've got some chipboard on the floor that I just ordered that won't fit in these yet. So, but that'll be knocked out in 3 months. I'll go through that chipboard fast. Oh, oops, a little dead unicorn. Oh no. Okay. A little dead unicorn eraser fell out. Okay. So this is my closet. Now, everybody has a closet of shame, but I have mine pretty much organized. This is all like my extras. So I got my printer. I have a printer in there. I have one specifically for in my art room. So I don't have to walk across the house and use the printer out there. I just use this one to make copies or whatever. And it's Wi-Fi. So it works great. And then these are stuff that projects I have in progress. That is all in there. And it's on wheels. I can wheel it out, the whole thing, because those are all movable shelving. I'm real big on movable shelving. Even though they're like closet-made shelves, it's still movable shelving. So, so as I grow or whatever, yeah. And this is like extras. Okay, like chipboard. I have pretty much everything labeled. That's like belts that I'm making into bracelets and soldering. That's my soldering stuff in the green bin. Like I know where pretty much everything is in here. I have extra die cut alphabets, the old die cut alphabets, but I kept them because they're the only thing that cuts through chipboard. They're wonderful. And fabric and blah, blah, blah. So chalk paints, my sergers down there. I don't use that. I haven't used it in forever. And I hope that, what's her name? Oh my gosh. Barb. I hope Barb does a class on sergers because I'd love to pull my serger back out. I used to use it all the time when my kids were little. So that's my closet. Pretty much all just my extra stuff. Extra adhesives are in the closet. You already saw that. That's my fun thing. My mannequin from the 50s is up there, and I need to find a shirt for her. So I need to find a shirt. I've got her little apron, and I have a skirt. I need to put her skirt on. I really have to get her dressed. Okay, so then going back, I'm standing in my door. And, well, let's see. I'll shut my door. Sorry, I'm using my handheld, so that's why it's a little bumpy. Okay, this is my door. I have all of color-coded all of my ribbons. Ribbons, baker's twine, it's all in those clear things. Amazing how much you can get in there. Amazing. So every time I find a piece of ribbon in something, and like those kits, when I go through those kits, I'm going to pull all the ribbon out. If I'm not going to do the kit and I'm going to break the kit up, I'll pull the ribbon out and I'll put it back in there. So that's that. And then above it, I have a little sunshine. So I'm real big about putting some fun stuff, inspirational stuff around my room, because I know when you get in here, you get overwhelmed or you need some inspiration. There's my I Dream a Genie mask Darcy gave me. Okay, this is the other short wall. Those are all my punches. Those are on IKEA towel bars. You already know those. They're cheap. You can hang those cups the cups are 99 cents. You can hang those on there. Those got my hand punches. And yeah, I really went through everything, and I do like items together. I'm real big. And then I have stations set up where I work. So that's kind of how my brain thinks. I don't know if everybody's brain thinks that way, but mine does. And I don't have a chat. So if you're talking to me, I'm sorry. I say I have viewers, but I don't have a chat on my phone. So I can't look at chat. Then that's my other inspirational shelf with all some of our 3D projects that we've done. I've got my vintage turntable that I got at the longest yard sale up there, and yep, my rock tumbler. I found a rock tumbler. It's a private joke from there's my steampunk soiree thing from Jim's class, but the rock tumbler is from private joke from Italy. So, and I actually had one. Yeah. And then, you know, I love my little thing, my Starbelly Sneeches. Got that up there, and some projects, and that was my grandmother's dog statue, so I have that. My mom gave that to me. And that is some of my art books. I have a couple of art books in my room that I've been reading right now. I'm not big on hanging on to them. I know a lot of people do, but I allot myself one bookshelf. Once it's full, it's done. So, and then I have some like things I can rip out of. Like I've got the dictionary that I can rip out of, and some other books that I can rip out of. So those are up there. Those are ones that I don't use a whole lot. but I have a step ladder in here so I can get to them. Then everything else is the to the right on this shelf. Okay, then I have everything else in boxes, bright boxes, and they're all labeled. Labeled. I'm really big on labeling. And then I've got some, these are finished. These are all finished books that I've done. This is one I've done on Ustream, some classes that I've taken, and that, some Kathy Orta books. I've got my duct tape. I've got extra duct tape up there because I outgrew that one. I don't know why I have so much duct tape, but I do. I think it's from when we did our duck dories. So I have to laugh about that because, yeah. Let's see. I've got my mini photo printers. So this, I have the Instax printer in here and my printer papers. And I also have one of those Canon printers. So that's in there. So when I want to print something, again, I just grab that tub down, pull it out. I can set it here and I can print. That's my indigo blue stuff. Oh, look at, see, Dana, I've got your pretty card she sent me in a frame. And then this houses my, all my addresses for my online peeps. I've got all their addresses in that. This is Barb's. I won this in one of her classes. So I do have some of my stuff that people have sent me. Darcy made me that little box down in there. I don't know if you can see that in there. I have some happy ones that make me happy. Now I trade these out, my stamps, my wood stamps. Ones that make me happy or ones that I'm using right now, I have them out on display. But other than that, like I've got those two things over there. And then I have my other I've got all my wood mounted stamps. They're all in the same place. So again, I have like stamps. I have like with like. And then these are older stamps. These are probably, no, I know what they are. They're Club Scrap stamps. Those I don't really use, but I don't want to get rid of them. So I don't need to see them. I don't need to paw through them. I just put them in a nice decorative box and I label them and I know they're in there. So that's kind of how that goes. Let's see. This is like twine. Look at Mom. Burlap. Mini books that I've made that I need to give, that I want to give away. That I've just been filling. This box I just recently did because I've been finding mini books and that I've made that I don't use, like extras, because on stream we do 2 of everything. And then sometimes I do 3 because I'm trying to work it out, but it's still good. So I have those to give away. This are, I make satin flowers. You know how you burn the edges and that project's in there. These are yo-yos and owls that I've made. And when I pull those out, I work on those. That's got some stuff in there. This is my, my Zutter, which I use still. My Scan and Cut. Now, the thing I have my Scan and Cut on is, it is on these 2 wheelie things. So I can pull this out, right? Pull it out, and then my scanning mat goes back. So when I want to use that, I can just pull those out, pull that out, and then I can scan. This is my Make Art in England album that I did on my stream. And then I've got, okay, these are actually, see, I put them on wheels. Oh, this is what you were, Paula, you were asking me, and I don't know if she's ever going to watch this, but you were asking me how I keep my, pocket letter stuff. So this is where I have like all my cute papers and stickers for my pocket letters are all organized in this bag that I got. And then little embellishments, see, little embellishments are in there. So when I'm working on pocket letters, I can take this and that's it. And then I've got also a cutlery tray that I have little bits and bobs in. And that is currently right now being stored on my chair there. So I'll just pull that out when I'm working on my pocket letter, and then I'll just put it on my table, and then I put it back on the seat. And then I can just grab the whole thing, move it if I'm sewing, or I can pull up another chair and I can sew from this side. Doesn't matter. Okay. These things are like Christmas, fall. I've got like chain, my Rusty Pickle hoard. I've got that in there. Rub-ons, alpha stickers, alpha chipboard, stuff that I use, but I'm not using now. So everything that I use or want to keep, I kept it away from my desk. I can get up and grab this. If I want to work on my fall project, I can just pull that out and work on fall, and then just put it back in, and then it's out of my way. And for some reason, I don't know why that's not shut there. Okay, so that's that, and I was digging in this one for something for a pocket letter, so that stuff's gone out. But then, okay, that's that. Let's see. This is still continuing on. So this is the short wall. This wall's only 9 feet. And I've got my desk from my yard sale. I've got my magazines. I don't know if you can see down here. Okay, this is my desk from my yard sale. My little desk. I paid $5 for it. And it is retro and it matched my room and I had to have it. So I took it. But underneath there, I have all my the magazines that I'm doing. Like if I want to work on my my art journal and I need something from a magazine, that is the only thing I'm allotting myself. Whatever fits on that shelf is all that I keep as far as magazines. Darcy and I were laughing because we're like, hey, you know, you can always run down to the corner market and get a magazine if you don't have one. So I've been doing that. I've been keeping them under there, and that's been working for me. So those are the only magazines that I have. No biggie. How many are you going to actually use? Seriously, I don't do that much art journaling. Currently, I'm not doing that much art journaling, but every now and then I like to. Okay, so then I've got like extra duct tape. I've got masking tape. I just threw in that bin because I got a whole giant tube of masking tapes for $2.99. So if anybody needs masking tape, you know where to find it. Then I have like odds and ends that are really on that rack that I didn't really have anywhere to put it yet, or maybe I got something new. And like when I went and took the class with Paula, she gave us this, she gave us these, like I've got some new things. So I'll hang it up there but this eventually will make it to my Tim Holtz stash. So I'll kind of just, if it's got a hole and I can hang it, I'll hang it up there. The second row are like things that people sent me, or maybe some projects that I did, like Darcy and I took this class with Debbie Shue, which I love this album, and I don't have pictures in it yet, but I love to like paw through it. This was the Paula one that I just took. Okay, don't have pictures in it yet, but I will. This was the class that we took with Anna. So this one, it's still kind of a work in progress. I think I have like 4 more pages left to do and then I'm done. But like Dar sent me that and gave me that steampunk soiree, and I've got this from Linda Bobinda. And Linda Bobinda, I pulled this off when I do my Scrappy Camper Sister show. And then Dar sent me this, and my sister gave me this, and Xandra gave me this. So I've got like, and that I'll trade out, because what I do is I have, which I'll get to, I've got a suitcase with all my racks from my friends. And I will, about once a month, once every other month, I'll take something out of there. And so these will actually rotate. And I'll just hang stuff up. So old vintage, I think I got in Tennessee. I bought that in Tennessee, that old vintage license plate. Okay, then I've got, like, of course, David Cassidy. He's always smiling at me. I've got this was from my steampunk soiree outfit that I got at a thrift store. Oh, I think it was like $1. And then I also got that at Renninger's for my steampunk soiree outfit. So that I just have there. And then these are my current Tim Holtz tags that I'm working on. So this is this year's tags. When I get that done, those are stacked up. When I get those done, those will go in some kind of storage system like I made last year. I made the ice shanty. Those housed all last year's Tim's tags. And then I've got these things hanging here. This is what I was trying to tell Paula. These would be perfect to do on your wall to the left of your desk. You could do these towel bars, and I don't know, like maybe Dollarama has them if you don't have an IKEA. But you can get towel bars anywhere. But these things come from IKEA. They're $1 a piece. I think these were like $1.50 or $2 a piece. And you could put all your pens in them. They're fabulous. And I will get to my pen storage in a minute. So, yep, I have a trimmer by my die cut system, because you always have to cut down your paper, right? So I can just grab my trimmer. Currently right now I have my Polly Pocket Pull right here. So, but I can grab my trimmer. Normally I have my trimmer sitting normally right here, but I put it over there because I was working on my Polly Pocket Pull. Okay, so let's go. This is back to my long wall, and then I'm almost done. Then I've almost gone all around the room. Yep, there's the start, which I know I've got to find the rest of them, but that's part of my stapler punch collection. And I know I have not done unpacking my garage. I still have like 5 more boxes out there, and I think that's where the rest of my staplers. So eventually, I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because they will not, I probably have enough to do 4 of those shelves. So bad. But anyway, okay, so that, the green suitcase I have, and that's all full with fibers, like trims, my crepe paper, feathers, that is all in that suitcase. And then I've got like pom-pom fringe and crepe paper doilies. I need to cut that because I don't think my doilies are in there anymore. Oh yeah, they still are. So then I have like the little freezer thing that has my dies. So this is what I was talking about, having a station. So this is my die cutting station. Okay. So I've got my die cutting things done. And then what I'll have to do is when I use it, I just turn it and then I use it that way. So I turn it, right? And then open it up and use it. And I have all the die cuts that I use all there, my embossing folder. So it's all within reach next to where my e-bosser is and my vagabond. And then I have my little sidekick, because I still use these little alphabets. They're great for pocket letters. And so I have that there. And I'm big on using these cutlery trays. I try to find them at thrift stores because it's awesome open storage. I am a 1-step storage person. I'm not like a 10-step storage person. I cannot like open something up and then pull out something and then open that up and then take it out of the original packaging. That I can't. I will never put anything away. I am an open storage person. So yeah, the most I'm willing to do is open a lid. That's it. That's it. And then pull the item out, or open a drawer and pull the item out. I'm a one-step girl. And that's how come I can put my stuff back, because I know that works for me. Some people, they're a little more organized or whatever, thinking in their mind, and they can do 2 or 3 steps. But I can't do 2 or 3 steps. I've already tried the 2 or 3 step system. That's not me. I'm a 1-step. Grab or put it back, 1 step. So I've got like cards up here that I've made and I need to send out. Like, if I need a card, I can quickly grab that off the shelf. This is all my embossing powders in my embossing tray. So that's together. I just grab that when I want to emboss something. This is my wafer dies, and I store them in CD holders. I don't know if you can see that. And I have them all I didn't use my labeler on that. I just used a Sharpie pen so that I can reach up and grab, pull down again, right where my die cuts are. Okay, then, and I like to intersperse fun things, and I'm kind of still working on getting more vintage items. They're like, eventually I want to get rid of the boxes that I got at IKEA and actually have like vintage stuff. So, or those plastic things. But for now, they're working. I got those at the Dollar Tree. I paid $1 for like some of the bins that you see, like those green bins. Those green bins were $1. These green bins were $1. Those I got at IKEA. They're dirt cheap. So I don't care that if I grow out of them or I need to get another thing, if I find a vintage thing that works for that item, then I don't care that I throw them out or give them away or whatever. So let's see. Yeah. So I got my racks from Friends in that suitcase that I rotate out. And then I've got another suitcase full of flowers. And then I have a thing up there on top with my bigger flowers in it. My flowers I have gone through, and they are in Ziploc bags according to color, not by size, not by company. I found I worked more by color. And then you can pretty much tell who they're by. And I haven't really bought flowers in like forever. The only flowers I don't have in there is I have my white flowers in this little cool thing my sister got me. My white flowers are in here because if I need a flower really fast and I don't want to grab a flower from up there, I can take a white flower, spray it, and slap it down. Okay? So that I have my white flowers lowered that I can just grab. I got my stickles, elastic, glitter, which I don't have a lot of. Then in here I have my ATC, and I have some metal things because this is where I house all my metal bits. I know she was asking me about like metal bits and like things you do for your jewelry and that. And then I have all my metal working tools. So this is like my pliers, my mold and pour, some wire. Now I do have one drawer that I have memory wire with my memory jig and all that in it. That is down over there, but it's 1 step away from where I have everything else. So if I'm looking for a piece of metal, other than if it's something that I know I want to grab really quick, like a brad or an eyelet. Those I have next to my desk, and I'll show you that. But that is where I have all of my metal. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a long video. Okay, then I have like, this is flea market finds that are small items like button cards and yeah, things like that I've got in there. And then these are some other, this is like glass marbles that I got in Italy. Back there's my brass stampings that I got at a flea market and things like that. This is empty. I don't have anything in this one yet, so it's not labeled. So if it's not labeled, then it's empty. And that's how I kind of keep track of that. Unless it's open storage and I like that, I can see that. I don't have to label that. I know that's my wire. But closed stuff I do. I have my blank books up there, and I have a box of Ultrables that I want to do now. I have 4 bins in my garage. 2 bins with Ultrables and 2 with a bunch of vintage stuff in it, like vintage ephemera, postcards, cards, games, like that kind of stuff. I've got a couple bins out in the garage with that eventually I'm going to go through and yeah, do something with. Okay, so I am fortunate that I can store those bags, those out there. Okay, so I've got my Xyron. Okay, let's go over here. Down here, here I have all my working art journals, either working or blank art journals. So in like watercolor paper, or what's that other kind of paper you use? You know, mixed media paper. Those are down on the bottom. These are all my favorite companies. Okay, these are my favorite companies. I've got 4 there, and I've got 5 down there, and I keep those pretty close because I work pretty much with the same. I find myself using the same the same companies pretty much all the time. So like Graphic 45, my Glitz Girls, that's my hoard. I like to paw through that. My Tim Holtz, Melissa Frances. I'm working on my Denmark album, so that's out. And I'm working on a beach project right now, so that's down there. So now we're getting to stuff I use all the time, and I'm getting closer to my desk, okay? So down on the bottom, I've got the binder that has all my little clear stamps in it. That, I don't know... those are the stamps that I use like for my planner or my project life, or they're the smaller ones. So like if I'm working on an ATC, or if I'm working on a my planner, or yeah, project life or pocket letters, that's in that binder. They're just clear unmounted stamps, just small ones. Then next to it I have all those are like these all in here are all upcoming. It's paper that I have that they're upcoming projects. So I've got my September, my November, and my January. That's where I'm putting, as I find stuff that's going to work for those projects, that's where I put it. Let me see what else. Okay, and then back there I've got Project Life. My Project Life cards are in a bin. I've got a bin of extra score tape. Oh no, my battery's dying. I'm going to have to plug in. And then extra score tape, and then that's my that's my go-to box that has a watercolor brush in it, and the stuff with my Danny Gregory book that I'm working on, because I'll grab that and I take it out in the backyard and I work. So that's my little grab and go box. Okay, let me see. So then these are, she was asking me about my bits and bobs and stuff. Where do you put this? These are like where I have all my hanging. These are all my little wood pieces. I've got like some paper clips in there. These are like all these are keys, right? Metal keys are in there. And then I've got my tweezers back there, but I think I can pitch those. I haven't used those. And I only have this here because I just cut it, was just using it, and I need to use it up before it goes bad. So. And then I just got some fun stuff. This is what my pocket letter swap girl did, and I just put it in a frame. Makes me happy. This is a record. This is an old office divider thing. This thing weighs like 40 pounds. It's awesome. So I've got like I've got my cutting mats for my Cricut in that, and I've got my jelly plate in there. I've got so they're all divided. I've got my big embossing folders, my cutting plates, my small score tool. This is, and the front thing, this is stuff I grab. So like my Ranger craft mat, my little cutting thing, this big Mahama Jamba. It's only because that's the only place I can store that. I don't know why I have it. I never use it. This is Tim Holtz. So now we're getting close to my desk. Okay, now let me back up because I'm going to show you something. Okay, so that's where we were. And this is my desk. There's my camera. Okay, so now we're getting into what I call the O. This is my O of work station. This is like when I'm sitting, I know that things I need to access on a regular basis are going to be the closest to me. Okay, so I can take my chair out and then I can spin it and get to whatever I need to get to within a spin range. Okay, and currently I was working with my Cricut, so sometimes this will get changed out between my Cricut and my Scan and Cut, just depending. And this is an old typewriter thing, so it's on wheels and I can pull it out. And under there is my I have a suitcase full of buttons, vintage buttons, like so. And then I've got like, so this is all the stuff that I use on a regular basis. So this is like drawers of my washi tape. I moved all my Teresa Collins over here because I'm finishing up using all my Teresa Collins. I'm trying to make a mini album a week, either to give away or to put my photos in, because these are all my groove books. So these are all photos from this year, and they're all my groove books, and these are what I'm going to scrap. So I've got them now next to me. That I'm going to make albums for, and then I'm going to put them in a basket. I have a really nice basket that I want to put all my mini albums in out on my coffee table in my living room. Okay, that's where my my big roto trim is. Now this is directly behind. I have these are on a spinner, right? So these are all of my things that I would grab. My matte medium, my gesso, all that stuff. I would grab that really fast, and it's right behind my head. A lamp, just because this is my inspiration. my baby wipes. I use a 45 record holder for my score tape. So those are all my score tapes, all the different sizes. So that's right there, because I can just pick this up if I want to, and then just grab a score tape off the roll and stick it next to my desk depending on what I'm using. Though this is all like bits and bobs and things that I use a lot. So like chalk, my glue sticks, small beads. If I want to make a quick charm, I'll just grab those. I've got bead jars, but I wanted to have some next to me because I find for pocket letters, I'm making like little charms that I'm dangling off of it. And I just wanted to be able to grab something really quickly. And then these are like little things that I allot myself 2 drawers, and that's it. That I've got like little charms in, or little things. But once those get full, I'm going to sort them. I'll sort them and put them in my metal containers. I've got my clamps in there, erasers. Yeah. Then these are things that I use all the time. And that's what I put on this rack. So this is stuff I need to grab, like paper clips, because I always make paper clips, those little teeny magnets, eyelets, which I've got big eyelets, small eyelets, I've got brads, clamps, that kind of stuff. I've got those there. And those are things that I'm just going to grab and go. And I've got 2 hooks that I have nothing hanging on yet. My scissors, they're right behind me, so I can reach behind. These are my scissors, not for sewing, but for crafting, and I will grab those. They're right behind my chair. I just reach over, grab it. I put this there because it doesn't fit in my Sharps owl. Okay, so now I'm like over here. Yeah. So now I have in this, okay, up there is my Stampin' Up! stamp pads and re-inkers. I need to swap those out. Those are all my distress re-inkers. I just have those up there because I didn't have the re-inkers for my Stampin' Up! Pads, but now I do. So, okay, so this actually sits on my desk. So I have a jut out. I don't know if you can see that because of my closet so that I can open it. So I had to remove the cubes from over there. But I have these there, and then that's where this unit sits on top of it. And these are all drawers. And these are stuff like markers, like things that have to lay on their side. My Spectrum Noir. This is all stuff that has to lay on their side. My Posca pens. I have like my mini alphas are in this one. because I use those for pocket letters. So those are stamps that I keep right next to my side. Okay, then I've got all my sprays right next to me. So I have them like, these are like done by color and also by company. So like, these I know are Dilutions. These are the, Tim Holtz Distress Stains. I don't have that sprays. I don't have that many. Lindy's. And then I have my own mixed ones down in that bottom drawer. So, and then I've got two here that I put my trimmers right next to me. My scoreboard's right next to me at all times. And then these are my, what are the pan pastels? I have those down there. And then I have an empty drawer. Okay, this is my filing cabinet. Now, JJ told me that she keeps her ephemera in a filing cabinet, and I was like, what a great idea, because I had this filing cabinet in my garage and I never used it. So I just got it because it was army green, and I'm kind of started on this army green kick, and it went in my room. So I grabbed it and brought it in here, and this thing has been so amazing. And I'm gonna stop at 1 hour because this is just too long. This is a really long video. I don't know how people go through this, but I have it all done by it's all alphabetized. So I've got acetate, then I keep 3 cardstocks, which I always have next to me for structure strips, for card blanks. So I always have, or 4, I always have white, black, craft, and cream. Those I can sit here if I need a piece to do a structure strip or a quick card, I can grab those. And those are the only colors that I have actually on this side of my desk. All my other colored cardstock, because I don't use it all the time, is on the other side. This is my prime real estate next to my desk. That's how I think. See, I've got Brad's, I've got my Tim Holtz stuff, 2 bins of Tim Holtz stuff, bling, my binder coils, my labeler, alphas, 3D alphas. Like now I've kind of switched some stuff over here because I'm working on Project Life and pocket letters more, so this kind of stuff I've kind of moved. So these are really cool because as you work, I already have them labeled, so no matter where I put them in my room, like say I'm not going to do, maybe I switch and I start going back to doing mixed media, my art journals again. Then I'll pull this out and I'll move something else in here. It's a great system. It's a great system, the little drawer system, because you can pull them out and move them around your room as you're working. If you do a lot of projects, like a lot of different projects, which I do. I do a lot of different stuff. Like some of us do. So that's kind of what I have in here. Ledger paper, manila envelopes, and it's all done doilies, that kind of thing. And then the bottom one, I have it done the same way. This is documented life. Like, so this will be like, because documented life, we use a lot of tear up waste paper. So I have that down there. Then this is my collage stuff, which I just kind of started. So I've got like people faces, vintage people photos. This is all like my collage. Nat Geo. I got a Nat Geo one in there. I have a whole stack of them in my, in the bin out in the garage, but I brought one or two in, and I just kind of went through them and pulled stuff out. So that's in there. I've got like a try this. So this is all stuff that I want to try. I'll put that back in there. If I see it. Page protectors. This is like my laminator. Now I put my laminator down here because I'm using that a lot now that I'm doing pocket letters. And then extra files. So extra files, extra hanging files, goes right there. So that's awesome. That right there is awesome storage. And I'm telling you what, for like your ephemera, when JJ told me that's how she stores her ephemera, I'm like, that is such a great idea. And so that really works for me. I don't know if it works for everybody, but that works for me. Because again, it's a one thing. Open, grab, go. And that's good for me. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, right next to my desk, I've got my hot glue gun ready to go, and I've got a strip right here that has like everything's all plugged into it. So, and then I've got an extra outlet down there for something that I'm, whatever. If I pull out my iron and I want to do the Martha Melted crayon deal, I can. So what I have is I've got my go-to. Now I'm working on a project. I just need quick glue stick, removable tape. This is my quick glue right on the top shelf because what I have on the top drawers is what I use all the time. So this is my tool. This is stuff I use all the time. I have you know, one brayer in here because I've got my cart right there, which is all my mixed media stuff in it, which Darcy said it looks like a boat with people hanging off the side, which I'll show you in a minute. But anyway, this is my you know, my crocodiles, my corner rounders. These are all in here because this is what I use all the time. So I don't know if that's like the best way to store it, but it's there. I know it. I have more brayers, but I always have one next to me in case I can. It's always right there. Okay, then my second one are tools. Also, maybe not used as much, although I do have this down here and it deserves its own separate place because I use it all the time. Sanding grips and my drill, my little hand drills right there. So that's stuff that I don't use on a daily basis, but that I use quite often will go in there. This is everything for our Ustream show. So I've got clamps. Well, I've got erasers in here. My Post-it notes, my BRB, my structure strips, which I have cut and taped. In case I need extra ones, you know, the letters that I use on in my class, and a gas mask, and were those my emergency goggles or whatever they're called, safety goggles. So this is all my Ustream class. That's what I have in there. Then this down here are all of my these are not my extra ones or backups, but I actually do have 2 of them in here because I use string one glue a lot. Oh shoot, my battery's dying. I need to plug in. Hang on 1 second. I have my plug-in right here. Sorry, don't watch. Oh, I don't know if I can plug it in. Okay, while I'm working on my desk, I can show you really quick. Okay, so that right there is like extra, that's like the bottles of glue, my foam dots. That's stuff that I may not use, like that's taller bottles and that I use. But then I have a whole bin of them in my closet of the extra like backup glues. I call them. Okay, down here, I have to do this with my foot. Sorry, because I'm trying to charge my phone while I'm doing this. So I don't have a hand. I can't reach. This is all like my stamp pads, my stamp cleaners, and then I also have some stamp pads like standing up. I got rid of all my big stamp pads other than the ones. That's a pocket letter. I'm going to do a stream of Coach Marie. She just sent me that. It just came in the mail, so I need to, I'm going to stream that so you guys can see it. Okay, I got my heat tool. Okay, so now I'm sitting at my desk. This is sitting at my desk. This is what I look at when I'm sitting at my desk. Okay, there's the door. I've got my craft paint and my Dina Wakley paints, and I've got some other paints hanging on the other side. But those little hooks are, I think they're like $4 for $1 at IKEA or something. And so I just left the tabs on my Dina Wakley paints, and then I can just pull them off of the hooks. That's okay, there's my light over my desk, and then my camera, which is on a mic stand. It's a boom mic stand. Now I have a ton of them because I'm in the business, so I got a lot of microphone stands. But that's called a boom mic. Usually guitarists use it, or someone who plays an instrument, so that you can, you know, it's out of the way of an instrument. So you can pick those up at thrift stores easy. They're all over the place, and they're dirt cheap. Let's see. This is where I have like all my my remotes for like my television. My light is on a remote, my DVD player, and then I have extra clean paper right there. So I've got deli paper, newspaper when I want to just grab a piece and throw it down is right on that shelf right there. I've got a clean shelf. I don't have anything on right now. Underneath that's all stuff like I've stamped on, deli paper that I've like rubbed my thing off. So I have that one, that sometimes I'll go through, but if I'm like painting and I just want to run my brayer off and I want to use it as background for something, then I have them right in front of me. So, that's stuff that's like paper that's kind of in progress of being like deli paper, I guess, or, what do you call it? Background pages. And then I've got like a spinner with my to-go stuff, like like some bits and bobs I have, like that I've been working on making things for pocket letters. That's in there. I've got like my duster offer thing that I can get rid of junk that's on my desk if I want to dust it, or powder or whatever. I've got some, I only have 3 inks, so I've got them there, and then some other paint. So, yeah, so that's kind of like my paint. Now, I don't have like all you guys have, like all the golden paints and all that stuff. I don't have all that. So, let's see, what else do I have? Okay, this drawer right here is more, these are my alphas. I put them in here because I use these for pocket letters and my planner, and I do listers, got a list. So this is really close to me, my like roll dates and stuff like that. I always have to have hot coffee. I know, Paula, you don't, but I do. So I have, and actually it is on right now, heating up my coffee, keeping it nice and hot. And then I've got my alcohol wipes within a grab's reach, okay? My sprayer, this spins, so I can go around. I use glossy accents all the time, so I've got my little glossy accents. I just have stuff that I know I use all the time. These are like my craft knife, my craft pick, my a rub-on burnisher, an embossing tool, stuff like that. Like I've got, that's all my stuff that I go real quick with. And then these are right here, right now, on my desk, are 2 projects that are in progress. I've got to make my ATCs for the UK tonight. So that's something I'm working on. I'm getting my embossing tool out and going to do that. And then I need to take photos of the ATC book. I did a video recently of the ATC swap book that I'm taking over to the UK, but I want to take photos of in process. So I have one cut out that I'm going to put together and do photos of. But that's, I mean, that is my room, basically. I mean, I think I showed you everything. I think I showed you, other than my cart, oh yeah, I didn't show you that. Let's see if I got that juice. Hang on, sorry. I know I'm moving around.